Let's start with a little cat-cow to warm up the spine. Just a few breaths. Really press your spine up and really drop the belly down. Make sure to keep your arms very straight when you're doing this. Stretch out the knees in a downward facing dog. Move forward to warm up the shoulder joints. It doesn't have to be a perfect plank, just moving forward as you breathe in, pressing back into down dog as you exhale. We'll start up at the neck. This is a short video, just about 8 minutes, but will be effective. Stretch out the neck. Move the hair out of the way, it gets in the way. Lengthen your neck over the roller. Hold on to it so it doesn't slide out. And just simply turn your head side to side. Going further and further each time. Maybe even feeling the ear touch the side of the roller. We'll take a spinal twist, keeping the neck wrapped around the roller. Stretch your arm up, across the chest, and back. Each move 3 or 4 times. If you want to linger a while, of course, that's fine. I made this video about 8 minutes so that you can do it, move on with your day. Switch sides, same thing. So stretch way up high, way across the chest, way back down to the floor. Play around with the direction of your head. Play around with where the knees are, close up to the body or further away from the body. Now move the roller just a little bit back to the back of the skull. Press with the back of the head. This is just a little neck strengthening. To do this 3 times maybe. You don't have to hold it long. If the neck gets stronger, you'll be able to lift a little bit higher. Counter stretch the neck, lift to the head, chin to chest. All right, here we go, onto the shoulders, my favorite. So you should be able to reach your elbows down towards the floor behind the roller. Reach over, support the neck. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale as the head lifts up. If that was easy holding the head, then reach the arms over the head. Let the head fall back further. Keep the elbows close in together. They don't have to squeeze together, but keeping the shoulders safe. And if that worked, then stretch the arms way out long. Each one gets a little deeper in the shoulders and the upper back. You can do this with straight legs or bent knees. Bent knees is a little subtler. Same move you did before. This time you're on the shoulder blades. Stretch way across the chest, way down to the floor. Again, if this is too much for the neck, you can always put one hand behind the head as you stretch the arms across. A little rolling. This is a few inches. You're not rolling up and down the spine. It's just a few inches underneath the shoulder blades. You might hear little pops and cracks. It should feel good. We're going to stay away, completely stay away from the middle spine. We're not rolling on the middle spine. It won't feel good in your rib cage. Upper spine and lower spine will be stretching. Here, side to side, really squeeze the arms in so you're broadening your back. And then another little roll. I call it shearing. So here we're going to stretch the lower back. Pull the foam roller all the way against your sacrum. Use your hands, kind of lift yourself up. Stretch your back over the roller. If it's too intense, you can bend the knees. Drop your tailbone down. Just keep your shoulder blades on the floor. So again, play around with the position. Arms overhead is a little bit more intense. Stretching out legs a little bit more intense. You're going to find some spots that feels ooh, so good. Other spots feel not so good. So really play around with it. This may not look like much of a back bend, but it's pretty intense. Now this one would be a good yin pose. You could hang out here for a while. Crossing the legs helps broaden the sacral spine. So I usually cross my legs when I'm stretching my low back. Same thing with putting the knees together. Give some space in the low spine. All right, now roll the foam roller right below your sacrum. Lift the knees. Here you can play around with straight legs, bent legs. The upper back on the floor, the head on the floor. Squeezing one knee in, stretching the other, and just tapping the floor with your foot. I usually hold on to the roller because sometimes it tends to slide away. All right, my favorite move, side to side action here. So go crazy here. I mean, really move around, side to side, circles, back and forth. If you find a spot that feels particularly good, then linger there and make tiny little moves. I mean, the smallest of moves. Now you're going to roll the low spine, again, staying really away from the middle spine. So in this I have my belly curled under, pelvic is tilting up. So my abdominals are pretty strong there. If you're loosey-goosey in the abdominals, it really won't feel very good on the spine. So it's kind of like you're holding a crunch when you do that last move. Sacrum is propped up on the foam roller, so I'm really in a forward fold, an inverted forward fold. And pull the legs down. Now my hamstrings are flexible, so don't worry if the legs don't get down very low. Just draw them into your chest. Even bent knees is fine. Move the roller to the side and take your bridge pose. Do a little strengthening. Hold that bridge pose for about 5 breaths. Deep breaths while you're doing that. And then just relax. Hug your knees in tight. Take a counter, stretch forward. I like Baddha Konasana, soles of feet together. Stretches the hips as well. But any one you like is fine. Little twist. And of course, anything else that feels good. So 8 minutes, that's all, 8 minutes. You can do this before bed, you'll feel amazing. Do it first thing in the morning if you're stiff. And do the cat-cow, another downward facing dog. And even if you're just doing this at home real quick, take at least 5 breaths.